Framingham's annual operating budget, totaling close to $383 million, has been passed by the City Council. Local officials and challengers take the first steps in their candidacies for municipal positions ahead of November's election, and a look at the inaugural Bay State Motor Festival in Framingham, as well as the community's connection to the American automotive legacy. I'm Brendan Fitzpatrick, and this is The Frame, Framingham News in Focus. Hello and welcome to The Frame, an initiative of Access Framingham. We start this week with the end of the long process to develop the city's operating budget for the 2026 fiscal year, as the City Council approved of a budget totaling just under $382.8 million during their meeting on Tuesday, June 10th. That's an increase of nearly $24 million compared to the FY25 figure, as most of the operating budget will be covered by around $230.4 million generated through a 2.5% raise to the local tax levy. Over the past few weeks, City Council members have also mulled a potential reduction to the $10 million in free cash usage that was initially included in Mayor Charlie Sisitsky's budget proposal. Leaders with Keefe Regional Technical School recently informed municipal leaders that their team found additional funding in the FY25 budget to allow for a reduction to their budget request this year, as they continue to plan to fund a feasibility study for the future development of a new school building.
Our current budget includes $600,000 for feasibility. That is what I assume we will be requested to go to bond. And I believe our committee would be prepared to vote a budget reduction in the amount of $400,000 that would allow the city of Framingham to save $302,800 in the assessment.
Eventually, a motion to reduce the free cash usage in the FY26 municipal budget down to $9.6 million was unanimously approved by the City Council. Local legislators voted 10-1 in favor of the nearly $383 million budget for the upcoming year. District 4's Michael Cannon was the lone dissenting vote on Tuesday. Meanwhile, local incumbents and challengers have begun to pull papers for various local positions ahead of this November's municipal election. Nomination papers for mayor, city council, and other elected roles have been available since May 30th and can be filed until the evening of July 15th. This fall, the ballot will be headlined by the race for mayor, as the incumbent Sisitsky was joined by former school committee member Jeffrey Epstein and Richard Matias in pulling papers recently. All 9 district seats on the City Council are open, as incumbents Christine Long, Novel Alexander, Phil Ottaviani, and Leora Malik have all pulled papers. Mary Kate Feeney, someone who's had multiple roles across local government and community groups, announced recently that she'll be running for the District 3 seat on the council, as incumbent Adam Steiner will not be seeking re-election. Incumbent Brandon Ward and challenger Carol Spack have pulled papers in District 2, while in District 4, incumbent Michael Cannon and challenger Stephen Belcher also did so. Former City Councilor John Stefanini announced this week that he's running for a spot in the group once again. He pulled papers for the District 8 seat on Tuesday. That position is currently held by Leslie White Harvey, who has not yet pulled papers for re-election according to official municipal documents. On the school committee, Rich Robles, Jennifer Moshe, Adam Freudberg, Judy Steyer, Jessica Barnhill, and William Labarge all took the first step towards re-election. Meanwhile, Brent Lewis, the husband of State Rep Jack Patrick Lewis, and local resident Eddie Rodriguez pulled papers for the District 6 school committee seat. That position is currently occupied by Valerie Ottaviani, who has not yet pulled papers as of the time of this taping. District 7 incumbent Tiffany Maskell has also not yet pulled papers to date, though Kyle Shepard has done so for that school committee seat. No papers have been pulled for the City Council seat in District 9, along with the school committee position in District 2, as of the time of this recording. More details on the top stories every week on our program can be found at www.theframe.news. Our website also has full feature pieces we've completed across the city, a calendar filled with upcoming local events, and more to keep you in the loop. Subscribe to our email newsletter to ensure that you never miss out on Framingham News in Focus. Seniors at Framingham High School celebrated their educational accomplishments during last Sunday's graduation ceremony. Friends, families, educators, and community leaders gathered at Bowditch Field with the now alumni on June 8th, as over 500 diplomas were given out to the members of the graduating class. Student officer for the class of 2025, Jordan Cohen, urged his fellow graduates to seize all of the opportunities that lay before them on their new journeys.
Say yes to things that may scare you a little. Apply for everything. Talk to a stranger. Audition. Run for something. Show up. Remember, if you don't go for it, someone else will. I hope you all remember how powerful those simple choices can be as you move forward in whatever path you choose.
The full graduation ceremony can be found on the Framingham Education channel, as well as FEC TV's channel on YouTube. Some notes for you now regarding a pair of upcoming local events. First, the Framingham Farmers Market returns for another season at the Center Common next Thursday, June 19th. This year, the Farmers Market will include over 125 vendors and food trucks, 25% of which are new, according to market manager Bill Sell. The MWRTA will be providing free bus stops at the market this season as well. The market will be open on Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m., with some food trucks starting their service at noon. Also, the Framingham Veterans Council's Flag Day Parade will be taking place at Cushing Memorial Park this Saturday the 14th at 10 a.m. This year, local youths and families have been invited to take part in the parade with decorated bikes, carriages, scooters, and strollers. Speaking of kids taking part in flag ceremonies, Framingham native Brian Pollock and his 7-year-old grandson Seamus from Westford, along with additional family members, were recently invited aboard the USS Constitution for a ceremony to honor the anniversary of D-Day and the establishment of the Marine Corps. Seamus was later presented with the American flag that was flying atop the ship. He and his family will be safeguarding that banner until they travel to France in November, where they will present it for preservation at the Normandy American Cemetery and Memorial. And finally, a preview of our weekly Frame by Frame segment. The inaugural Bay State Motor Festival at Cushing Memorial Park took place this past Sunday, June 8th. Attendees brought plenty of vehicles to showcase the automotive legacy of both the local area and Massachusetts as a whole. The event is named after the 1924 Bay State sedan, a type of car that was manufactured right here in Framingham that Ken Lemoyne, the executive director of the festival, restored himself. In the latest installment of our series of feature pieces created in conjunction with the Framingham History Center, we spoke with Ken along with other participants in the Bay State Motor Festival to connect our city's contributions to the American motor industry.
You know, this is where it all began, really.
Massachusetts was the genesis of the automobile in America.
So we're always happy to bring a car home to the state that it came from.
As always, that full frame-by-frame segment can be found on our website, theframe.news, as well as on Access Framingham's channel on YouTube. If you want to learn more about local history, you can visit framinghamhistory.org. We invite you to follow us on social media for more local news coverage. Our home on Instagram is at @framenews_, and you can search for The Frame on Facebook as well. Hit the bell icon when you subscribe to AFTV's YouTube channel, and you'll be notified whenever we upload new content. We publish these episodes onto Spotify, too. You can listen to or watch the show there. That's all for this week's Framingham News in Focus. On behalf of our entire team, thanks for joining us. My name is Brendan Fitzpatrick. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.